Well, good Thursday morning, everybody. I thought I would take you with me as I run to town to run some errands, and got to run by the USDA local office today because I am signing up for my third year in a row, signing up to apply for the EQIP High Tunnel program. So, and then I got to run by and pay some taxes. So, thought I'd take you along. So, come on, let's go. Well, let's just talk about taxes for a minute. You know, you work all your life, you pay taxes everywhere you work, income tax. And then you work hard. I'm cold. Turn up my heat a little bit. Turn on the seat heater. Anywho, so you work all your life, save up money. You buy a house or buy some property, build a homestead, pay for it. I don't think it's a secret that our property is paid for, and we built our house with cash, but yet every year we have to pay property taxes. Something is rattling in here. I don't know what it is. Oh, I did know what it is. Anyway, so every year we have to pay property taxes. So it begs the question, do you ever really own anything? Or are you just leasing it from the government? It's aggravating, and I understand that taxes are for, property taxes supposedly pays for community services and, roads and transportation and this and that, but I can tell you, out here where we live, not much services going on out here. We have a volunteer fire department, so if we want to have a good fire department, then we have to donate money to them. So they have big fundraisers every year, which is fine, and I appreciate that. But I have little confidence that if I needed fire services, you just better have enough insurance. That's all I'm thinking, which is fine because we do. But anyway, so that's my little frustration about that. So which is why I keep applying for the EQIP program. Now we have a high tunnel greenhouse and we love it. But if I can get some of my tax dollars back with a government high tunnel, I'm going to get one. So that's what I'm doing every year. They tell me the same thing every year. Your county is, oppressed county, and there's more money allocated out there, so it's a good chance you'll get one. They even last year went so far as to tell me to start shopping for one, which is, kind of frustrating. And I like I said, I already have a high tunnel, so it's not like I'm waiting on the government to buy me one to start growing. Well, somebody's got a heck of a fire going because it's smoky down in here. But it's just frustrating that they almost everything but guarantee, because there's no guarantees you'll get one. And so it's just, why is it smoky? It smells like something's burning. Which I was just talking about the fire department. So I am appreciative of the fire department. But anyway, so that's what I'm doing. I'm headed over to Newport, to the county seat, and the local FSC, Farm Services Commission, and then the USDA. I think the EQIP is a USDA program, but if you all haven't, if there's anybody that is interested in that, if you haven't looked into that, I would, most definitely. I mean, there are restrictions on it, and some people don't want the government involved in their farms or their homesteads, but listen, the government's involved in everything. We can't get away from them. But I mean, it just is what it is. I mean, I believe in being prepared, and I believe in freedom. We are, 100% libertarian in spirit. So, but I mean, listen, they're checking this phone right now. everything you do, your banks, your everything. So there's no getting away from that. So a 3-year stipulation on a high tunnel that then becomes mine I'm okay with that. So, because they already know, and all this hubbub of fear mongering that's going on YouTube about registering your gardens and this and that. I mean, I just figure I'm not big enough for anybody to fool with. So my little garden, and if I can use it, because our purpose for moving here, oh, the kitty cat got hit. Our purpose for moving here was to feed ourselves and to feed other people. And so eventually, one day, we will be feeding, not hopefully, but if the need arises, hopefully we'll be able to help feed this community. And so having another high tunnel and learning how to grow in it is going to be essential to that. And so I also want to just stay in their system, because once we get the property all fenced in, they do have programs to help cost share with ruminants as far as cross fencing and water and things like that. So I said if I can get some of my tax dollars back, that's what I'm going to do. So anyway, and then I go run by, I'm going to run by the co-op and see if they have some seed potatoes, because I'm ready to plant potatoes. And so I want to run by there and see if they have any seed potatoes. And so that's what I'm doing today. So hey, enjoy the ride. I've made it to the service center. I'm going to go in and sign my papers. Well, let me just tell you. Seed potatoes at the co-op, 75 cents a pound. Seed potatoes at the Tractor Supply, $2 a pound, which is ridiculous. I paid $3.75 for 5 pounds of Kennebec potatoes at the co-op, and I just paid $8 for 4 pounds of red potatoes at the Tractor Supply. That's outrageous. But, I guess I had to have them. But, anyway, also, early voted. Who knew? I didn't even know it was early voting. So, there's one place in my county for early voting, and it is over here by the Tractor Supply and the co-op. So I said, hey, what the heck? Let's run in there and vote while we're at it. So I did that. Still will never get used to electronic voting. I said we didn't have that in Alabama. I don't know if they even still do. I mean, I don't know if they do now or not, but I don't know. I don't trust all those machinery things. I mean, and it's funny because where we vote at our precinct was a different machine than what they have over here at the early voting. At least here you got to see a printout of what you supposedly was voting for. So you just have to go with it. Again, all the fear mongering and conspiracy theories and all that stuff. And I mean, do I think the sky is falling? Yeah, but it's not falling today. So, probably won't be in our lifetime. So we are. But I don't know what's happening. Like, I have 0 phone service on my phone. Like, I can only make emergency phone calls. It says my phone is not registered on the network. So, I don't know. I saw a little snippet on the news before I left that AT&T, T-Mobile, and Verizon were all reporting outages today. So, wonder what that's about. We'll have to look and see. So, anywho, got my seed potatoes, signed the papers for the high tunnel program, and now I'm headed to the courthouse to pay the ridiculous property taxes. So, and then I'm gonna run by the grocery store and pick up a few things. So, oh, these people cannot drive up here in Tennessee. I do not like it. She probably said the same thing about me because I almost swerved into her lane trying to miss somebody swerving into my lane. Ugh. Let me get out of the city and back to the farm. We'll see you in a bit. Newport's a cute little mountain town, but like most quote-unquote inner cities, they have their fair share of issues here too. It's a lot of drug issues, a lot of homeless, a lot of just, you know, it's really sad too, because I'm sure it was a thriving little area at one time, and then, you know, a lot of the factories closed around here. In the 90s, I think it was a lot of manufacturing here. There was a big ConAgra food operation here, and that just closed last year actually. And but we got up and coming things out here. Like here's a whatever this dispensary is for the marijuana, and then there's a neighborhood Axe House brewery, which is kind of cool. And there's a lot of little boutiques and things, so it's a cute little town, and it's close enough for convenience for us when we have to come get things in town. And like up here on the left is the courthouse, so gotta run in there and pay the taxes. Boy, they look busy today. I'm gonna find a spot to park. I guess it could have been right there, but there's a car right on my tail, so I'm gonna go around the corner and come back and park over here on the left. Courthouse. Well, taxes are paid. There we go. So we're good for another year here. It's interesting standing in line with all the people who are paying a couple $100 or less than $200 for taxes, and ours was a wee bit more than that. So here we go to the grocery store. I know that's a little crooked, but that's all I got. So I'm just leaving the grocery store. And listen, if you guys, I don't know if you have, I'm sure you do. I'm sure every place has stores that have their own little store card. But my favorite choice of store here is a chain called Food City. And you get the little Food City card, and you just kind of scan it when you go through and buy your groceries, and it racks up. You get like fuel bucks. So for so many dollars spent, you get like fuel visits, and you can get up to 10 cents off a gallon of gas. And then on certain days, and I think it's either Tuesdays or Wednesdays here, it's double that. So you can get up to 20 cents off per gallon. And, you know, you're buying groceries anyway. But forgot to scan my card when I started scanning my groceries. And so at the end, I scanned the card just to see, because it always tells you on the receipt how much you save. But anyway, just by scanning the card and being a member or whatever, I mean, they don't have my email, and they don't do any of that stuff, but I saved $17, almost $18. So that's pretty significant, and I racked up another fuel visit. So if I want to fill up my car, I can save 20 cents a gallon off of gas, which I think is pretty cool. But anyway, so now I'm headed back home, and still have no phone service. I'm not sure what's going on with the phone service, but I tried to connect to the store's Wi-Fi and get a text message out to Jim just to let him know where I'm at. But anyway, headed back home now. All right, back in my neighborhood. So I tell you what, it's a little unnerving not having phone service, but it was also a little bit fun too, because it was about back in the day when we used to leave the house and you had a quarter or a dime to call somebody from a payphone if you had trouble. But anyway, I found me a nice little classic radio station and got to sing some songs. It's kind of sad to hear songs from your teenage years and realize they're on the classic station now. But hey, I got to sing me some Tesla. I got to sing some Kansas, some Carry On My Wayward Son, and so ended up with a little Joan Jett at the end. So that was pretty fun. I tell you what, music does the body good. Listening to music, I don't do that enough anymore. I think it's a good sign that my phone was out, because normally I'd listen to stupid news on the way, but I was forced to listen to the local radio, which was pretty awesome. So I might try to start doing that a little bit more often. But anyway, back to my neighborhood, almost home. And hey, thanks for hanging out and tagging along with me while I run errands. I know that's a lot of people make these dumb videos. And do you really care that I went and signed up for a iTunnel and bought some seed potatoes and paid my property taxes and went to the grocery store? So anyway, if you did hang out, thanks for hanging out. We appreciate you. And if you like our content, we hope that you'll subscribe to our crazy channel and follow us along on this crazy journey that we're on. And we'll see you next time.